Open an app like Instagram or TikTok today, and you are immediately hit with a wall of extreme, biologically rare physiques. Swipe after swipe, the timeline is filled with people carrying muscle mass and low body fat that most humans will never see in person. Social media algorithms are designed to hold your attention, so they aggressively reward and amplify the most extreme visual outliers. Over time, seeing these highly unusual bodies thousands of times a week quietly rewires our baseline expectations for what normal human biology looks like. That constant exposure carries a heavy psychological toll. When average people compare their own reflection to a curated feed of genetic anomalies, it drives severe body dysmorphia and a persistent, exhausting obsession with physical appearance, where no one ever feels quite big enough. Standing right in the middle of this toxic loop is a specific kind of creator, the fake natty. This is an influencer who publicly insists their massive physique is completely natural, while privately relying on heavy chemical shortcuts. Lying about drug use fuels a profitable business model. These creators present a standard achieved through chemistry as a result of simple discipline, leading followers to purchase their specific workout plans and proprietary supplements in hopes of duplicating the result. The ideal body we are conditioned to chase online is actually a carefully engineered, highly profitable mirage designed to exploit our insecurities. To understand how this deception works, we must look at the mechanics of a fitness photo shoot. Long before any chemicals are discussed, influencers use a strict set of on-camera tricks to fake the appearance of dense, permanent muscle. First, they undergo severe, temporary dehydration. By restricting water and manipulating sodium for days, the skin tightens drastically against the muscle. Then, they step under harsh, strategic overhead lighting designed to cast deep shadows, artificially carving out extreme, permanent-looking muscular definition. Right before the camera clicks, they perform a rapid series of exercises to force blood into the muscle tissue. This creates what is known as a pump, temporarily swelling the arms and chest far beyond their actual resting baseline size. Finally, those images are sent into post-production. Subtle digital editing, color grading, and structural manipulation form the last layer of this aesthetic fabrication. Because of all these visual tricks, the truth is that even the top fitness influencers do not actually look like their own photos for more than a few hours a year. But camera tricks alone cannot account for the sheer mass we see online. The rapid, massive growth required to look like a modern fitness star is biologically impossible without chemical intervention. A large number of competitive bodybuilders, actors, and fitness influencers rely entirely on performance-enhancing drugs, or PEDs, to reach and maintain their size. This diagram highlights exactly what those drugs do beneath the surface. The industry pushes a dangerous myth that steroids are safe if used correctly, but even carefully managed cycles severely increase risks of heart enlargement, liver and kidney stress, and reproductive hormone shutdown. Even those trying to avoid traditional steroids are at risk. Many products marketed as natural muscle boosters, or SARMs, are highly unregulated. They often suppress natural hormones and cause heavy liver damage, operating in a totally gray underground market. Behind the wholesome, motivational facade of fitness advice often lies a heavy pharmaceutical dependency that slowly deteriorates long-term internal health. If we strip away the filters and the chemicals, we are left with the strict biological reality of how actual human tissue grows. We need to reset expectations about timelines. Adding pounds of dense, permanent muscle in a few months is a biological impossibility for a natural lifter. This chart illustrates the true timeline for beginners. Realistic changes take 6 to 12 months of unbroken consistency. But as a natural lifter advances, progress slows. After a few years, growth drops to a fraction of the beginner rate, near your genetic ceiling. Building muscle naturally is a slow, multi-year biological commitment. To actually build that natural foundation, you have to start with progressive strength training. That means focusing entirely on compound, multi-joint movements like the barbell squat, bench press, and pull-ups, and gradually increasing the weight over time. Forget the flashy, overly complex exercises designed to get views on TikTok. You need to master classic, heavy lifts. They are unglamorous, mechanically demanding, and essential for long-term progress. Once the muscle is stimulated, it needs raw materials to repair itself. A high-protein diet of whole foods like eggs, chicken, fish, and lentils is the primary fuel for this process. While the training provides the necessary stimulus, muscle growth biologically occurs entirely during the quiet periods of recovery. Getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night and taking dedicated rest days is the only window where muscle synthesis actually occurs. As for supplements, the vast majority are just overpriced marketing noise. Creatine is one of the few heavily researched, safe, and effective non-steroid supplements that can actually help with your strength and recovery. You also need healthy, natural hormone levels. You support those through high-quality sleep, sufficient vitamin D, and managing chronic stress. These habits provide the biological environment needed for growth, without the risks of magic testosterone pills. A great physique is entirely possible, but we need to redefine what that means. Reject the extreme, algorithm-driven aesthetic. A true, successful physique is lean, athletic, and sustainable, prioritizing long-term biological health and mental balance over a temporary digital illusion.